All right, you good? We live?
Yeah, we live.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start off with giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahweh,
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. We out here another week through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to preach the downfall and destruction of America, Babylon the Great, to you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, and to the biblical Israelites. It's time to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Start out with yours, bro.
Right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6.
Right.
Folly is set in great dignity.
Right, what is folly? Folly goes into foolishness. And this is what you see being promoted all throughout America, Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
And the rich sit in low place.
The rich sit in a low place, right? So just to touch on the folly that we see going on. Last night, you had a whole bread and circus scam show go on. And a lot of people got beat out their money because they were so foolish enough to think that Mike Tyson was going to win that fight against Jake Paul.
Yep.
Right? That was a foolish decision and a thought to think Mike Tyson was going to beat Jake Paul. Right? You gotta understand that this is an entertainment business. Okay? You gotta follow the money. Now, everyone knew, or not everyone, but the house knew everyone was going to bet on Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
They knew the majority, the most popular vote was going to be, and nobody beating Mike Tyson.
Right.
So a lot of people lost. They generated what?
That's like
Over almost $1 billion
bro.
behind that matchup, and there was millions, right? Millions, over $250,000, or even over that, of Mike Tyson. But you should have known that he was going to lose. Okay? And it was all about money. See, Babylon the Great is all about money schemes. Okay? Smoke and mirrors. Nothing but a scam. And that's what happened to a lot of people last night, putting their money on Mike Tyson. You got scammed. But also, what did that show you as well? You got caught up in the foolish hype, another one of the foolish hypes that's promoted in America, Babylon the Great. And these things are being pushed, these things are being promoted. People are being entertained by these things. Why? Because this is what's being pushed out for the forefront. So people are not really dealing with what? Reality.
Yeah.
Okay? The whole bread and circus, the whole Colosseum thing that took place in Rome, that was to take people's focus off what? What was actually taking place. What was taking place in Rome? Rome was falling at that time,
right,
when they had them Colosseum set up, right? When they was feeding the so-called or the Christians, having them fight against or sacrifice their lives to animals, right? Then you had the poor of the people. Then they had too much going on and want to entertain. What were they waiting on a lot of times? They was waiting to get fed that bread that was thrown in the crowd. The same thing that was happening here. And what are we seeing being thrown now that Trump is so-called about to be in office, which is going to be very soon? What's happening now? What's rising now? Soon as Trump got in office, now what you see? Bitcoin skyrocketing. XRP skyrocketing. Ethereum skyrocketing. Doge, Tesla, all these different meme coins and other things that has now been put in the so-called currency system. You see all these things starting to rise. But see, what people are starting to think, we told you. We knew since we got Trump in office, what Babylon is going to get better. No. Right. It's just another scheme and a scam, right? That's all it is. It's a part of more of the smoke and mirrors in the bread and circus act. So guess what? Foolish, right? What it say? Oh, foolishness or folly is set in great dignity. So this is what people are looking up to. Now you're going to have a lot of people, what are they doing now with their money? They're running it now. They're just throwing it in the pot, trying to double it. If you're able to double it, triple it, quadruple it, get your money and get out. Or leave it in there if you want to invest. Do your thing. But make some money from it. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. This does not mean Babylon the Great is not going to fall and it's going to get better. No, things are getting worse still. You see? But people have the mindset and they're giving an illusion like it's going to get better. The economy is going to get. No, it's not. So,
yeah,
Like the bro said, during the time of the Roman Empire, when there was a bread and circuses, you had the devaluing of the
True currency.
of the currency. I don't know what it called. It wasn't called dinars, was it? Denarius.
I forgot the
It might have been a denarius, but I could, don't quote me on that. But they were lessening the amount of precious metals that was actually included in that coin.
Yep.
All right, and they were filling it with more trash metal.
Yep.
Okay, and likewise here, like the bro was talking about this bread and circus, which I can see why a lot of people would try to go for Tyson, but he owed. You gotta accept the fact that he owed now.
Denarius.
You know what I'm saying? It was the denarius.
The denarius, yeah.
And now, I get it. He still could whoop the average person's ass, but Jake Paul's a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's gonna be able to withstand certain things, and he's older now. Okay, so it only made sense. He's 60, 58, 60. He done been doing drugs and shit. You know what I'm saying? All different type of things. So, hey, everybody gets old, and it's a typical thing that happened to most other famous boxers. When Ali got old, he got beat up on. Okay, and it just happens that way.
Roy Jones.
Yeah, it just happens that way.
The oldest professional boxer that's still outside of him, that was,
Yes, it does.
I
Who,
think,
like Butterbean?
I forget his name, but I think the oldest is 49.
49. You know Butterbean.
Yeah, I know Butterbean.
I think he's still kind of around somewhere.
Yeah,
But nevertheless, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, well, even when you go to the boy Jake Paul, he's what? He's in his youth.
Yeah.
He's in his prime.
Yeah, that's what the scriptures say, right? The glory of a young man is his strength,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the old man is his wisdom.
His wisdom.
Yep. Yeah, and he should have had enough freaking wisdom to not fight. But we get it.
Yeah.
He made
money.
millions of
He made
dollars
money
off
on
that.
He
that.
made $20 million.
Part of the
And he was able to walk away.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody ain't always able to walk away when they get in the ring with a young bull.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They end up stretchered away.
Well,
Debilitating.
that was in the contract.
Right.
Good
Guys
morning.
look good.
Hey, good morning. Thank
12
you.
tribes of Israel.
That's right. That's right.
You too. When you even when you think of, in the contract,
Yeah.
when you think of the contract, there's certain things written in there. Go this many rounds. You know what I'm saying? They can say go this many rounds. We don't know what their contract was set up.
Right.
But if he really wanted to punish him, he could have punished him.
He said it, bro. He said it in the press conference.
Right.
He said I wasn't going to hit him too much. I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
They was being friendly before everything really kicked off anyway.
But you got to
They
keep.
talked about making money.
But you got to keep. But you got to keep the illusion of. Like how he stepped on his toe, all the little stupid stuff. You gotta have that entertainment to get people hyped up. Like, you know what? He stepped on his toe. He pissed him off. Let me put another 1,000 on him.
You funny.
I'm serious. That's how Jake
Tyson
said it.
Tyson gonna come back now.
Jake was sitting there
I
like,
ain't watched the
he
fight.
gonna tap into that old
That's what they
Iron
said.
Mike.
When they seen his face, they was like, oh yeah, he locked in. Let me put more money. No, you got finessed. And that's what Babylon does. It finesses you. Go ahead, you got a script.
Yeah, I got a scripture right here
Uh-huh.
for what you were saying earlier.
That's what's happening to the American people, bro. We are literally being finessed in front of our eyes. Not just in the sports and entertainment world, but just
Overall.
overall, bro.
Yeah.
Overall,
Every
a
aspect of life.
dozen eggs over $6. You serious, man? But are we shrinkflation, inflation? But are we entering into that time when we had what was it? Doing the scam. Remember how many eggs they got rid of? Remember how many chickens they got rid of?
How many cows?
How many
they
cows?
The milk they had to pour
Milk,
out.
all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Potatoes they had to rebury.
Yeah. Onions they had to get rid of. We talking about farmers talking about tons. You know what? A ton of onions? You know how many onions that is,
It's a
bro?
lot of fucking onions, bro.
Tons.
Oh, yeah, a ton? Yeah.
And that was just one. I'm
That's
just
2,000
saying,
pounds.
You know what I'm saying? Tons of potatoes and stuff like that. So when we watching farmers say this, they had to get rid of certain cattle because the joints was getting the meat processing joints was getting people was getting shut down, get rid of.
Yeah, so they had to kill 'em,
Yeah, so what you think? And if they doing things by the natural way as possible, it takes time
To rebuild.
to rebuild and raise cattle.
Yeah.
Not like how I seen this Edomite, do a process of raising a chicken, bro. He had a baby chicken. He marked him. Bro, it took 2 months. They have a big chicken before they did the slaughtering thing.
That's crazy.
But I'm like, bro,
Some of them, they go over in a month.
is that 6 weeks and stuff? 6 weeks? Nah, bro, what is y'all doing, bro? It's filled with hormones and different chemicals and things of that sort. But it's just it's just a finesse system. You know, a finesse system that is being what right now these times too, being revealed on a whole higher spectrum. Go ahead, I'll stop.
Hey, and I got those numbers too. Tyson made 20 million off the fight, and Jake made 40 million.
Yeah, but how many Babylonians lost what? Quadruple that.
Right, because you got to think about the whole thing, because there was 4 other fights that night too.
Yep.
You know, so you got to think about 3. You got to think about all the things that go into it, the press, the publicity, right? You know, you can round that up to $1 billion, you know, or 100 million, right?
Oh, yeah, surpass that.
You can round that up because of all the different things that went into putting those fights together.
Well, think about how Netflix. Yeah, think about how much money Netflix has made too. And them niggas, you see how much what their subscription went to?
Posted, yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
heard people complaining the shit wasn't even acting right.
It wasn't even acting right.
Yeah.
So you got finesse too.
Yeah, you charging niggas $20 for subscriptions and shit now. Remember it used to be what?
That
10?
shit was buffering
Remember
right
$9.99 and all that?
Yeah.
Now you seeing that the top one is what, $30?
For 2 in your house, unlimited, no ads.
No ads.
It's like 17 plus.
No, it's way higher.
You like paying 8? No, it's like
You
8.
said for 2?
Yeah, for
So that thing for 4 is at 30.
Yeah,
My cousin just
for
put
2 in the house, for you could watch 2 simultaneously. It's 17.62 or some shit. I just got billed like yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, so the 4 is 30 then.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what she told me. She said
4 people.
She said ain't no way in hell that I'm paying $30 for Netflix.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But go ahead, Doc. You got it, bro. Your numbers and stuff.
They don't even be having all the shit you want to watch neither.
Hell no.
Go ahead, Doc.
Kind of. Right. But I got this precept right here.
Yep,
First Corinthians chapter 7 verse 31. It says, "And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away." So, like as the brother was saying, if you can make some money from these different digital avenues, stock investing, and there are brothers that are making money doing it, right? Hey, make your money, then get up out of there.
Yep.
Because this is not gonna last forever.
Right.
You know, and one thing too to think about too, since Trump is in office, all right, and we perceive through the spirit that he may be how a lot of things is gonna go down just by a lot of stuff he's already saying, man. You can expect those different stocks for ammo going up.
Yeah.
What is it? National security, military, everything that deals with those companies that handle those different things, right? Technology. Well, you see, that's why who's in league with him? Jeff Bezos. What's that guy? Elon Musk.
Yeah.
All these different tech giants are in league with him. But what are they all in league to do though? To have all the people see hipped, man. Right? To have all the people see hipped, and to have everybody their freedoms taken away, to be further enslaved. You know?
Y'all still in the same gears that can be shifted. I want to go into that topic with the C-hip.
Oh yeah.
Now you got IUIC finally admitting that the world will be introduced to the C-hip.
Right.
But guess what? They still backpedaling and playing damage control and saying that it's not the MOTB.
So what is it? What is it? We need to know.
Are you gonna take the C hit?
Right. Yeah, are you going to take it because they telling you that it's not the MOTB? See, and I seen it this morning, Elder Apostle DeHart's video, and the first scripture came to mind was in Isaiah 1, towards the bottom. It talks about the oath that you have chosen, if you can get that. Because at the end of the day, you niggas is not preparing your congregation for what's coming on the earth, man. Okay? And they're going to be ashamed for choosing you as their leaders. Okay? And you niggas are intellectually dishonest, almost just like vocab. Yep. Okay, you can't see that. You see what's going on. You see this is going to be a global thing where you can use the buy or sell, but you still don't want to say it's the MOTB. Unless you got something before that.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 30, it says, "For ye shall be as an oak whose leaf fadeth,
Right.
and as a garden that have no water."
Right. Why are you going to be like an oak whose leaf faded or like a garden that have no water? Well, it said it right there. Because you ain't getting the right water. You're not getting fed with the right nutrients spiritually. Right? Because the Lord said he was going to choose pastors that shall feed you according to his heart.
Yep.
Right? But you got these pastors that are not feeding you according to the true spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So you starving, you don't even realize it. They filling that void with marriages and pop locking in the congregation and shit, stomping the yard. You know what I'm saying? All this other BS that they want to, fringe t-shirts, $9.99 starter pack and shit. Okay? So on and so forth, debates and other things. Nathaniel flying, jet setting across the world. They're filling it with everything except for what's coming on the earth, preparing you for Jacob's trouble in the MOTB.
Yep. Our temptation. Yep.
They're not going up into the gap. There's a scripture on that. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 31 in Isaiah 1, it says, "And the strong shall be as tow, and the maker of it as a spark, and they shall both burn together, and none shall quench them."
Yeah, the strong shall be as tow, and the maker of it as a spark. So tow is something that's, when you talk about something that's tow, that's basically something that's being dragged.
Yep.
Imagine if you have a boat that's going through the water, right? Well, you can call even tow the little grass and shit that might get stuck behind the boat. Okay? And the maker thereof shall be as a spark.
Yep.
Basically, they're going to get your ass burnt up here in Babylon because you ain't going to be prepared for what's happening. Go ahead, bro.
I got that precept you was talking about too earlier.
That's it on that, right?
Yep.
Did it say you shall be ashamed of the oaks that you have chosen? Did we hear that?
Oh, Shalakia. That's
Yeah,
what
read that.
Shalakia. Isaiah 1 and 29, it says, "For they shall be ashamed of the oaks which ye have desired,
Right.
and ye shall be confounded for the gardens that ye have chosen."
So you're going to be ashamed for the oaks that you have desired, for the leaders that you have desired. Because, why? Because the people that was actually preaching what the Lord wanted to be preached, it was uncomfortable to you. You didn't want to hear that. You didn't want to hear what thus saith the Lord. You see, you gotta be mindful. As a Hebrew Israelite, some of the core basics that you hear is that Israel wants to hear smooth things. But see, a lot of people don't want to ask themselves, do they fit into that category? And a lot of Israel do. Y'all want to hear smooth things. You don't want to hear what thus saith Deuteronomy, what is it, 23 or 22? Where it talks about the grape and what happens.
22, yeah.
You don't want to hear what it says in 22 and what the Lord said the judgment was according for if these things were to happen.
Right.
You want to hear niggas sugar coated and change it and slice it up and dice it up. No, we're going to tell you this is what the Bible says is going to happen. If she wasn't married, this was the punishment. No, niggas didn't get put to death. No, his daddy and the brothers didn't get to come stomp him into the ground. Right? He didn't go to prison for life or get his thing chopped out. Whatever kind of crazy shit y'all think is supposed to happen. No, he had to marry the woman.
Yep.
Oh, what about the girl? Nigga, we just telling you what the Lord said will happen as a judgment.
Yeah.
But what y'all want to do, y'all are rapists and y'all are PDF files and y'all want to go all emotional. Well, you're going to be ashamed for that oak that you have chosen.
Yeah.
Right? For that oak that you desire. For that eloquent teacher that makes you feel good inside.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel good. That lines up with my Western mindset. I feel so
Boom.
good.
There you go. See?
I feel so good that I found a teacher that comforted my Western mindset.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that's what I was exactly about to say too. Because then if you look at it like this, even Babylon the Great, rules don't even apply across the board with the age ranges.
None of it.
So get out of here with that.
Yeah, if
What
one state is this way, over here is that
What are you
way.
talking
Yeah,
about?
and I think over in Vegas it's like 16.
Yeah, so cut the crap, man.
Yep.
For real. But
Yep.
it all goes back to that emotions and that Western mindset, like you said, bro.
Western
Right?
mindset.
Con,
That's what y'all would rather have than the Eastern mindset. Or rather, you should say the mindset of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and his judgments.
Because the closest people with that Eastern mindset is still over there, right? Ishmael and them. Ishmael and them. Some of Elam still. You know, we talking about the ones that ain't come over here. And the ones that ain't on the internet watching the American TikTok over there in the country. We talking about them people that are still, you know, the garbs and
The
still
traditional ones.
certain traditions. You know, you feel what I'm saying?
Traditional Ishmaelites.
Still got some more? Yeah, con, right. Yeah, because boom, because I still got something to hold for the season.
This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8. It says, "Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits."
So you'd rather have a man prophesy deceit and pander to your emotions rather than tell you the true judgment of the Lord and align you with the mindset of the Lord.
Yeah.
See, the scriptures talk about having enmity against the Most High. If you think it from a carnality aspect, which is, look, I want to get this precept. It says what? they have not chosen my righteousness, but they've chosen their own righteousness. You choose your own righteousness and you justify yourself rather than justifying the scriptures and holding those men that are teaching the scriptures in a high regard. You look at the men that teach the scriptures and you put them low. And you look at the men that teach emotions and you put them high up on a pedestal. Well, you're gonna be like what it talks about the garden withering. Okay, you're gonna be ashamed of the garden and that you have chosen as well, man. Because that garden's gonna wither.
Yeah, here you go, right here. Romans chapter 10, verse 2, it says, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High,
Right.
but not according to knowledge."
Yeah, they do everything. They've got the fringes and this and the head wraps and they look beautiful garments and yeah, brother, I love you. You're an Israelite. But meanwhile, what?
For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, they have not submitted themselves into the righteousness of the Most High.
Right. So instead of submitting themselves to the righteousness of the Lord, which is okay, this is the judgment on this. This is the age of consent. Okay, this is what happens in the case of a grape. Instead of going by that, what do? Well, you continue.
Oh.
Some more, man. Oh, it says that they. Wait, you might have read it.
No, you good. What do? They establish their own righteousness.
Establish their own righteousness.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. They don't want the righteousness of the Lord.
Verse 11 in Isaiah 30, it says, "Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us."
Damn, do you realize this? What you're saying? You saying, "Hey, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us." We don't want to hear all that. We want to hear what Bishop Nathaniel got to say. We want to hear what Alazar Ben Lawyer got to say, the chief priest. We want to hear what Captain Zariah got to say. You know, when he was asked by this Christian, what did he do? He threw GMS under the bus. The Christian asked him, he said, "Hey, what's a doctrine that can get you excommunicated from Israel?" What's the first thing out of this guy's mouth? "Oh, the great doctrine." What do you mean, the great doctrine? You mean what the scriptures say about grape?
Right.
How is this a doctrine?
It's
We're telling you what the scriptures say about grape. And then furthermore, y'all want to get mad. See, if you were intellectually honest, you see, if you knew what was going on around you, especially with this new generation, you would say, wait a minute. This girl's as young as 10 years old getting their freak on.
Yeah.
So Apostle Tahar's right to say you would have to get them young in order to actually have a virgin, according to the law. As a priest is supposed to have a virgin. Okay? If you was promised to a priest and it was found out you wasn't a virgin, what happened? You got burned at the stake.
Yep.
So you would have to get them young in these days, which that ain't lawful, so we're not promoting that. But from a technical way of speaking, logically, you would have to get them young enough to not have been out there freaking out.
Well, check this out though. Let's
The
the priest's daughter,
Or
if a priest's daughter was a
harlot.
harlot,
Yeah.
She'll get
that she's getting burned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
right.
a priest would get all the men of Israel would have
Was supposed
wanted
to, yeah.
and to get not even just Israel. So a natural man way of thinking is to get what? An untouched woman.
Yeah.
Stop being fucking stupid, man.
Yep.
Every man will want an untouched woman
Yeah.
as their wife. Like, come on, man, as your wife. Stop playing games.
But what you got nowadays? You got people that look down on that.
Yeah.
It's a man's natural desire to have a woman to like what he likes and to cater to him, right? But what do they call that in these days? They call that grooming.
Yeah.
They say, well, you just want them young so you can manipulate their mind and make them conform to you. Who are they supposed to conform to?
Well,
What the woman put her to conform to herself?
no.
Or what she put her to serve her husband?
Serve her husband. Right.
Okay, when you read the account of Eve being there, I'm going to make him a help me.
Yep.
Like unto himself.
This society is so turned upside down. Like, I've been hearing, talking to different women recently and just, that they be talking about their mindsets and things like that. And it's like, even at the age they be at sometimes, 40 plus now, it was like she was looking at stuff so young in her time where it was like, basically she was being shamed for not, really misbehaving herself. And she was looking down on herself like that. Like, am I really a weirdo? And am I lame because I don't do this and I do that? And I'm telling her, I'm like, no, that's a bad way of thinking.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I wasn't experiencing the world. I said, no, that's not the right way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Having this mindset of, it's so-called freedom. This stuff that people talking about now, that these young girls want to run around and do, that's not freedom.
Right.
That's madness.
Yeah.
And that's what's being
abuse.
pushed around the earth. It's complete madness.
You're really putting yourself in bondage if you think about it.
Yeah, and danger.
Yeah. Well,
Danger to diseases.
When I say bondage, I mean you're putting yourself in bondage to spirits. Okay.
Yes,
Well, you got
yeah.
the scientific aspect or that the semen stays in a woman's brainstem for so many
Forever.
years.
Forever, bro.
Forever, right.
Forever,
So
bro.
you constantly gonna have the spirit of another man on you, so that randomly you might spaz out. You might, let's say you get a good dude, right? Okay, so to speak, a man. Let's say you get a man of the Lord, but you done had previous partners. You might be spazzing out on him for the reasons you don't understand. But it's the spirit of that dude inside of you, right? That's coming up against your man.
Shoot, I even watched the joint where the one dude, one Edomite was, he was going to colleges just to see how
People's
stupefied
mindset
they
is.
is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they talked about how they did a study on birth control. How they said women that's not on birth control are more attracted. The women that's not on birth control, and like when they smell their clothes, the women that's not on birth control, that's not on birth control, are more attracted to the men.
Yeah,
But
the men like their smell.
But the women that's
Having birth control?
the woman that's not on it is more attracted to the men.
Right.
But the women that's on it, they can't tell. They're less attractive.
Right.
The pheromone.
The pheromone.
Yeah, that's the word. That's
I
the
was about to
word,
say,
bro.
that's
That's the
spirit.
word, bro.
Pheromone, yeah.
That's crazy, bro. So even if you think this dude running around making things a good idea, none of his shit is really good ideas, bro. It all has some type of defect where it messes up what? The natural stabilities of life. Stability might not be the right word, but the natural things of life. It messes up your senses and everything.
Esau doesn't have a lifestyle; he has a death style.
Right.
Esau is the arbiter of death.
Yeah. He talking about follow you. Nigga, for what? Look at the earth. Follow you. Nah, man.
Follow you to the
You know what I'm
grave.
saying?
Through.
Good,
I
Doc.
got a precept right here. If I got a precept real quick, Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and 10 says, "Thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty."
Yeah.
These women are out here thinking, they single, they can do whatever they want, they independent, but you're abusing yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You ended up in all these different situations because there ain't no man there to guide you.
Right.
Right? To keep you straight. And really, when you go down to it, in the ancient world, a woman is translated from her father, from her daddy, to her new daddy, which is her husband.
Yeah. What happens after that? When she gets elderly, if she doesn't remarry, then who gets over her then? The church. That's why the scriptures say, "Take not a woman under 80 unless she be a widow." Okay, because certain women, certain women, if you take her under 80, then she's going to remarry, as the scriptures say, right? But if you get a woman that's about 60 and she dedicated herself to being godly and she ain't remarried, so on and so forth, then you could take her in as a widow and actually do things for her.
Yeah.
Okay, is how the church would actually operate.
And
They would keep money for the widows and the fatherless.
There
and
you
really, it just goes into order. That's all it is. It just goes into order. It goes into order, and it creates, a great part of beautiful nation building in its order. Period. Go ahead, bro. What would you go back? Let's go back to the things happening around the world. What the hell was this? For real, it piss you off, man. The internet, social media, podcasts, all this bullshit. Everybody got their opinion. It just need to get cut off, bro.
Yep.
I'm sick of it, bro.
Yeah, con. Hey, in the MOTV, this CBDC, what is it called?
yeah,
Is it called CBDC? No, the USBC.
Oh, the
US Bitcoin.
currency.
Is what it's called. The USBC.
yeah.
It's now live. I know it's on Uphold. It might be on other platforms. You can now purchase it. I think at least for 2 days now it's been purchasable. Okay, and ever since that went live, that's when you've seen an uptick in these other cryptocurrencies.
Coins, yeah.
So hey man, these things are gonna lead to the mark of the beast, man.
Yeah.
Okay, which is the microchip being implanted in your body.
Yep.
Okay, which ultimately you giving over the control of your body over the Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the elites, man. Okay, and you forfeit your salvation basically, man,
Yeah.
by taking the MOTB, man.
Yep.
Ain't no black and white about it, man. Don't take the C hill. Don't care what your pastor say, man. Stop being a damn zombie. That's one thing that our elders always promote is doing your own research, man. Don't just take people's word for it. This is your own salvation. You better work it out with fear and trembling, man. Okay, go ahead, Al.
It's Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So yeah, I'll read that again. Isaiah 8:20 said, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Right. So if you don't speak according to the scriptures, you don't have any light in you. Okay. We know that your spirit is filled with darkness. Scriptures that say, out of the abundance of the heart does the mouth speak. So if you're not speaking righteousness, we're gonna see that you're speaking to deceive. You ain't speaking. We're supposed to be speaking as the oracles of the Most High. So if you niggas want to fluff things up like fluffy rice or like a pillow, okay, you want to aerate it. You know, like this, we talk about that yeast, that leavening. You want to fluff things up with they grapists, they bums, and they stupid, and they, you know, whatever you want to flip it up and try to and make yourself look good while you spitting the bullshit. It ain't gonna work to the elect, man. The elect are gonna see the unleavened bread, the truth, man.
Right. The pure bread, man.
Pure bread.
Untainted.
Yeah, it might be a little tough, but hey, it's gonna satiate you. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it don't make the scriptures null and void though. Scriptures say what they say.
Yeah.
So matter, because you can bring all that information up, but you ain't gonna be able to go to the Lord when it's the time to get called and be like, well, they teaching great. Yeah, what are you talking? What are you talking about? It's in the scriptures. It's there.
Yeah.
You know? But how's it an excuse for you though? That's just like you telling a police officer, right? I ran a red light because the car behind me was beeping at me. You're gonna be like, what? You ran a red light because you telling me this car behind you is beeping the horn to force you to run this red light? And you didn't see me next to you. Even if you didn't see me next to you, you telling me a person behind you beat at you so much that you ran a red light and you put everybody else's life in jeopardy? Because somebody was beeping at you?
I got a good example.
Oh, man.
That's like you
getting this ticket.
Yeah. You going to your parents, right? You about to get your ass whipped, right? But your reasoning is, well, my brother told me that you said I couldn't do it, but it ain't just sit right with me. It's just something about it ain't just sit right. Well, he told the truth. So just because you ain't believe it, you still got to get this ass whooping. I told him to warn you, nigga. Now get in this room. You know, and I'm checking for double pants too. You got on double pants, I'm gonna make you get this ass with butt naked. Go ahead.
I got a quick precept for you. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, and my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but demonstration of the Spirit and of power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of the Most High.
Right. You got these great eloquent, bring it out in the Lord. You know what I'm saying? All these theatrics and things. But when it comes to actually what the scriptures say, they're null and void. They're devoid of substance. Okay? Except for the fact that you're an Israelite. You Israelite, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But that ain't, you know, then they got the nerve to call us faith-based Israelites. Yeah, that's how it's grace by faith. Faith without works is dead. But y'all keep on saying the law, like that's gonna save you. You gotta have both. Faith without works is dead.
It's all about faith. Hey, none of us really say we just grew up. There's only a small percentage of people that say, yeah, their family grew up as Israelites.
Very small,
very small, bro. Can't nobody go back and literally trace their DNA and all that extra stuff. Can't nobody go in their great grandma's house and be like, oh shit, my grandma got French with a border of blue on her dress.
Right? Look at our family reunion book.
Yeah, Now,
I know one person that can do that. I do personally.
A lot of people can't do that, bro.
Most people can.
You know, so it's like, come on, man.
But the point is too, Christianity teaches you that you don't have to do anything at all. Right. Really, Christianity teaches you not only do you not have to do anything, but you can break the laws. Yeah. You know, there was a thought I was having earlier because there's a video in Elder, which I ain't mean to cut you off. So the Elder Karata Zaba out there. Where he at? Baltimore. I always be watching this video because you always find these great clips, and I watch the clip for inspiration and do a response. Now there's this Christian being approached by a Hebrew Israelite. And I had the thought, because Christians teach you that who the word called Jesus Christ said, arise, kill, and eat, right? Yeah. In the dream for Peter. But I thought to myself, I said, what would be the benefit of the Lord telling you to do away with the dietary laws? Can you name me one positive outcome for you to start eating abominations. They're not healthy for you.
Nope.
They're all bottom feeders. They make you ceremonially unclean until evening. What's the one positive? Bacon ain't even cheaper than certain cuts of chicken. So you can't argue that it's a price thing. So what is it? Chickens is just as abundant as pigs. And they cleaner.
Yeah, why did the Lord cast those legions of demons out
Into the swine and let them go drown.
Those were unclean spirits.
There you go.
And an unclean animal.
So there's no positives. There's no life that can be brought in from the Lord allowing you to eat bottom feeders.
Yes.
So what's the point? He came just so you can make yourself filthy? It doesn't make sense. You see?
Yeah, that's a good point, bro. No benefits. None.
This is John chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, if I have told you earthly things and you believe not, how shall you believe if I told you of heavenly things?
Right, because they you can tell them that all these different things. They bottom feeders, they unclean, they don't got sweat glands, they eat their own poop and their own young and dead bodies. The mafioso used to feed dead bodies to the pigs to get rid of them.
Get rid of evidence.
Yeah. Because they'll eat anything.
Yeah.
You know, you literally, nigga literally seen a clip. Doodoo was coming out the pig and the other pig was right at the butt as it was coming out. Munching. Come on, man. And then you want to put that in your mouth?
What did Ezekiel say? Lord, I have not eaten anything unclean or
From my
anything that
youth.
died from himself from my youth. Because he wanted them to take man's dung and bake cakes
In
with
this
it.
bread.
He's like, all right, I ain't gonna give you man's dung, but you're gonna have to do this cow dung.
And Peter was trouble too.
Yeah, but there you go, bro. That you took the words out of my mouth.
How many times did he have to have that? Didn't he have a dream several times or something? Like
Yeah,
twice,
like
or 3 times?
When he had the dream and they said it to him 3
He
times.
had to say it to him 3 times. Like, look, don't worry about that. And then finally he was expounded. Like, look, don't call any man common or unclean. What was the purpose of Yahushua when the young man came up to Yahushua and said, "What good thing must I do, a good master, that I may live?" He said, "Keep the commandments." He said, "I did that from my youth." Now wait a minute. If the law was done away with, like Christians say, but that's what they say, right? He came to do away with the law. So why did he tell the young man to keep the commandments? How do you know what repentance is if you can't make a definite decision that I need to stop doing this or keep doing this?
Well, even with Peter though, he said the same thing. He's like, look, I never done such a thing. Like, why would you want me to do this? Then it was explained to him later down the line of this what it actually means. Why? Because they kept the law. They kept the law.
Oh yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
When you go into when we talked about the rich that man that came to him,
Face the camera,
right?
bro.
He kind. That man that came to him asked him what should he do, right? He said keep the law. Then he said, well, I've done that from my youth. What lack I yet? He was like, oh, okay. Well, if thou will be complete, sell all that you have and follow me.
He walked away. Sorrowful.
Because he had great riches. So he trusted more in the riches than he trusted in the Lord. So that come down to what? Faith.
He loved the world more than he loved Yahweh.
Right, bro.
And he was keeping the law.
And he's keeping the law.
Yep.
I mean, that's good.
You keeping the law, but you don't want to come follow the Lord. Like, come on now.
Which really, that would have been like charity. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
Yep.
Who made the same decision? Moses. Rather than to live rich as an Egyptian, suffer with his people.
Yeah, he grew up in the Pharaoh's house.
He was considered the son of Pharaoh.
Right. Go ahead.
It says, this is Acts chapter 10. Chapter 10 in verse 10. It says, and he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while he made ready, he fell into a trance and saw heaven open and a certain vessel descending unto him as it had been a great sheet knit at the 4 corners and let down to the earth, wherein were all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth and wild beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air. So all types of all manners.
Yeah.
Clean and unclean. Right?
Crawlers.
And you can imagine the Lord would give him this type of dream because Peter was what? A fisherman.
Yeah.
So usually when how they would fish is they would cast the net down. And then you would get everything the net catch up. You got some good stuff, you keep the good stuff, and you cast the bad away. There's another scripture going into that, right? It says, and there came a voice to him. Right here it doesn't show it, but if you had the words in red, this is the Lord saying, it's the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
It says, rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Yeah, so, and the Lord was already on the scene, so I thought it was done away with it. He was already on the scene at this point.
Right.
Like, he's speaking to the Lord. So why would this question even be asked if they didn't keep the law? Like, what are you talking about?
When you go into the word common, that means Levitically unclean. So unclean according to the law. So there's a dietary law. Leviticus the 11th chapter.
Because there was a separation when you were keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. You were separate from the other people. You weren't considered common. You were considered holy.
Even going to Yahushua mother, Mary. She kept the Levitical law.
Separation.
Yeah, the laws are separate. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? Come on, man.
All these other nations eat all those unclean things, right?
And then you wear these wrists. Well, it used to be a big thing. WWJD.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It
When
used
younger,
to be-
younger,
yeah,
yeah.
it used to be a big thing. You go to them Bible camps.
Yeah, I know.
You come
Yeah,
back
I
with
put the little wristband.
You used to be like, yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
Got my motherfucking bracelet.
Uh-huh.
Right? So you look at that,
Oh, just for the
and if you were to ask, no, it was other things you was going for. But if you ask yourself, WWJD, what would who the word calls JC, what would he do in these cases? He wouldn't eat it. He would throw that shit away. I guarantee you, because the Lord kept all the law, statutes, and commandments. So if you're supposed to pick up your cross and follow him, wouldn't it also mean abstaining from the things that he abstained from, which is unclean foods? Yep. Go ahead. How you gonna be a fellow heir with him while you sitting up here purposely doing things against? And that's easy. That's one of the first things that you can stop doing. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna read the pack. Oh, gelatin, I can't eat that. Oh, that's pork. No.
Yeah.
Throw that shit back.
That's like almost like, because like the scriptures say, in what's that? Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter, right? Wisdom can't dwell in a soul that is subject to sin.
Yep.
A malicious soul.
Malicious soul, nor the body that's subject unto sin.
The body is subject to sin, right? So, hey, when you stop eating certain things, it's like this. You get more of the
Get a
spirit.
bigger
when you
portion of the
start to
spirit.
when you start to do more of the things and repent that the Most High likes, the Lord starts to impart unto you more wisdom, man.
Right.
But you got, hey,
Gotta start somewhere.
you gotta start somewhere, and that's usually the first. That's the first place to start.
Dietary.
What you eating?
It's a very easy way to start.
You think you cut off?
That's what you do every day is eat.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
you pick up, game day. You order that food. You pick up the phone. Yeah, let me get 12 hot wings. Let me get a pepperoni. Mushroom pizza.
Yeah.
Get a mushroom.
Or if it's you that halal pepperoni.
Yeah, you got beef.
Oh well, yeah, that's different. Remember back then we didn't know about the halal pepperoni.
Yeah.
I used to see that they have beef meatballs. You got beef meatballs? Or do they? Because a lot of them mix beef and pork.
Yeah,
or do that
yeah,
pork.
There'll be beef, pork, chicken.
Every Italian restaurant I ask them, is y'all shit 100% beef?
Yeah.
Most of them ain't.
Most of the
Then
time,
you
I
gotta-
don't need no Italian.
You can't.
You know,
Yeah, I don't
you
need
Then
can't.
you gotta ask.
Yeah.
Then you gotta ask about veal,
Oh yeah.
whether or not it's because veal is a baby cow.
Baby cow. You're not supposed to have baby cow. Yeah.
Nope, you can't eat baby cow. The cow had to be at least a year old before you can eat it. That's where you get that scripture that says, "Thou shalt not seed the cow in his mother's milk," meaning you can't eat an animal that still needs its mother's nourishment.
It's crazy. Not going to Esau. He nourished the shit himself.
Right.
Crazy.
Technically, nigga, so
Cow-
technically
cow
a nigga on the
baby formula.
infant milk, nigga. Technically. Shit, he ain't in his mama's milk. He in daddy Esau milk.
Oh my god,
That formula.
You couldn't even sacrifice an animal if it wasn't a year old. So how much more eating it? See? It's good enough for you, but not for the Lord. The Lord didn't even want that savor until it was at least a year old. See? You got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Hey, our power, Yahweh, all right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, he's alive, man. When we would do those sacrifices, he can smell it.
Man, he was eating it.
He can respond to it, man.
The fat was his.
The fat was
The crispy
his.
bits.
That's the stuff that's where you get all that sweet aroma, man.
That flavor.
Yeah, they said make sure that fat was
Caramelization.
burned, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man. You know when you walk into a kitchen, you
Yeah,
can smell it from outside the door.
why you think people so obsessed with searing steak? And they love the fatty meat.
They leave it.
They love the fatty cuts of steak because when you sear it, you get that nice crust.
And you gotta, you know, back then, like a couple years ago, I used to cut all the fat off. I'm like, I gotta leave this fat on. Cook some of them juices.
They render that shit. You just cook it down. That's all.
You know?
You know.
Yeah, right.
That's why I talked about.
I
That's why I talked about the. I don't know if you're about to go into it.
You gotta
That's why I talked about whenever the those wicked priests
Uh-huh.
used to come into different people's houses when they would season the meat in the pot. They would take a portion out with their little hook before it was cooked because they wanted the fat. That was specifically why they did it. And one of the person had a protest and said, "Wait a minute,
Yeah.
let me cook the meat down and let the fat render out before you get your portion." And they didn't care, so the Lord killed their ass.
Yeah, I think that was one of the sons of
Eli.
They were sons of Belial.
okay.
Yep.
That's when they got that new name.
So when we was about to go into that, huh?
Yeah, I was about to say that
Spirit.
because he said, no, hold on, let me cook the fat first.
Yeah,
He's
let me
like,
cook the fat
nah,
down.
we want it now because we're gonna have it. We're not gonna have it salted. We're gonna eat it raw.
Right.
So they was going way
Way
off.
off. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Go ahead, read that and let's jump back.
Raw meat. Wild.
It's terrible.
E. coli.
Yeah, I didn't. No, I didn't find the preset fast.
Boo boo for a week.
He said, boo, boo,
All right, so we're jumping back. I get to the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down into you, having great wrath, because he knows that he had but a short time. So now we jumping back into what? Going back into what? The M-A-R-K, the Karabas, the M-O-T-B.
Yep.
See, right now he's going to make, as he's preparing for this transformation of the society, of the shift of this society to go to a digital currency, a digital world. It's trendy, you know. It's trendy. It's catchy. It's something to make look as cool. You know, get this, comfortable. You know, and it's being pushed or at where it's like, this is going to benefit you all throughout life. He's making it beneficial, you know. And I remember a few years back, I went to Disney World, right? And Disney World, this was when Disney World first came up with something called a fast pass. And it's like a little
skip the line type shit.
skip the lines, a little ring joint, and you could just tap, boop, and you know what I'm saying? You online chilling, talking with your folks. You in there for, you already see the wait time 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour and a half. You folks just come through, bing. I'm like,
Skipping your ass.
it's a separate line.
Right. Oh.
It's a
Oh, yeah,
regular
yeah,
line and a fast
You
pass
ain't
line.
gonna let nobody be in the fast pace like that.
You just go. But you gotta hit a bing. The person there watching, the person the bing go through.
Yep.
And I'm just like, it's that easy, though. They just want their little ring joint on them, and they just go. I'm like, wow. So look how this is becoming. And then going further up, you see the car doors, and different
Wireless
things that people use on an everyday basis.
Yep.
That say, you know what? There's no need for me to have now we don't need this form of key card or ID on a keychain. Now I got a ring or I got a bracelet or different
Retina
things
scan.
people can use. Phones,
Fingerprint.
fingerprint, all that.
Or face recognition.
Face recognition.
That's crazy.
Things of that sort. So it's like even certain grocery markets and stores, they haven't done it here in our state, but I know there's 2 other states that they start implementing it. Is where now when you go in there to go through, you gotta have a membership. You gotta have a membership, like not like the Sam's Club membership. We're talking about a membership where you gotta have like a card or
You gotta
something.
be signed in.
Yeah, so it's like
They do
now,
this in the store.
now they creating these zones because what happens when we start going to our Walmart now and they might let you in, but now it's like a barricaded front where it's like like we go to Rite Aid, how they got the glass doors and all that. But what if that only open for you of one at a time, right?
Right.
And each of you and your family members have to get one to be allowed in the access as a one like a bank. You know how you got to go through the front door and one's locked and the other one got to lock first till you get the green signal, go through the metal detector, then you got to go in, the door got to close, and they got to recycle for the next person to come
Like a
in.
government building.
How hard? That's not hard for Esau to implement in these fucking stores.
And they do that to measure how many people are coming into.
How many people coming in, but just for their security purposes. Well, this is going to be more than just for security purposes, you know, because you got the thief thing, the theft that's going on
Right.
worldwide, especially in New York City. But this is going to be a purpose of tracking you,
Monitoring.
monitoring you,
You know, a lot.
knowing what you spend, knowing what you get. You know, it can help a lot of things in a lot of ways according to them.
Right.
It can help with their inventory.
Yeah, different excuses they can give of why they would implement these things, but really it's just to keep track of you.
Right.
Monitor.
But
But they got them shopping carts too. They know what you put in and what you put in.
the smart
Amazon.
cards.
Yep. Smart
The
cards.
calculator.
You know?
So it's like, you can't steal. You know, oh, that bit. You know, it's like, you don't know exactly what's in the cart as soon as the nigga put it in.
But you know, so right now it's these things are being trendy, it's being made popular to the masses, you know. But it talks about woe to the inhabitants of the earth. It talks about when this devil come down with great wrath. But what does this mean? Now it's gonna be forced. It's gonna be forced, and they're gonna be like, you know what? You got to comply, because it's easy. They're gonna get a lot of people to comply. Easy. You already said that how they get it with the debit cards, the credit cards. Oh, the phone. You better get this update, or shit gonna stop working. You better get this update. So right now. So right now it's gonna be like on a you know, get this so you can comply. Or first, the convenience, but you're not gonna do first. You get a raffle ticket. You might get extra perks. You know the little shit they give you perks. Oh shit, I get what? Free gas. Oh yeah, free McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna bait you in that way until people comply. Most people gonna comply anyway because they gonna follow the image of the beast system. But then it's gonna put about it, they don't want to comply. Oh, you gonna get forced. Or morning, you gonna get forced. See, or they gonna put you in hard positions of, oh, you don't want to do it? Okay, if you don't got the government issued ID with the star, you ain't boarding no plane. Don't you want to go see? Don't you want to go out of town? I'm saying if you do, okay, but it's not going to like some people want to say. Well, I don't get on planes anyway. Well, it's going to be for the Greyhound. Drive. And then drive, yeah. Because guess what you might get stopped at? The what's the joint? Pay toll. So your ID to the pay toll, and it better have a star on it. Or turn around, nigga. So then what? So what? You gonna walk?
Or you might not be able to operate a vehicle.
Or I'm just saying, it's gonna be a triple effect. How it's gonna go?
Yeah, that they might do. Sure.
We know it's coming.
Alright, real quick on what you were saying. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
And this can be through various different things, right? Oh, down here in PA, what did they just say? We advise everyone to start wearing masks because there is an ammonia going around. You know, this was on Thursday when they advised this. They said, yeah, we advise everyone to start wearing masks again. I said, oh, really? With those certain family members who's making phone calls like, you alright? You sick? Your body hurt? You able to get up? It's because of ammonia. They want people to wear masks again. This is what coming back. So this brother mentioning that. This can go by the way of martial law. This can go by the way of quarantine zones. This is going the way of maybe you can't come past this. God damn. You can't go past this access point because your government issued ID does not have the star. And the only ones that's qualified to go through here is the star. Or facial recognition. Or whatever the hell you come up with.
Or hey, you can't make it past the Badlands where there's chaos. You can't make it through until you can get to the access point. Whatever it may be.
We about to have you stand up for the sound. That's louder, brother. It's your voice, man.
Alright, I got you.
Man out here. Go your trumpet. No, but
But yeah, different things that might, because you already see certain things. You call all you about shit down the shop. We haven't had to face any of these things, but you see people doing unlawful checkpoints, pull over and checking IDs for random reasons. Or they'll come ask you for your ID before they even tell you why they pull you over.
Yeah.
So ain't no telling, how this is gonna play out, but we can kind of make an educated guess. Because Esau wants to keep a track. Why else would he be asking for your ID? Okay, made a record of that nigga. Know what car he driving.
Oh, bro, well, even before they even ask you, Salaki, even before they ask you, they're identifying you by your license plate too, or they're identifying whose vehicle this may be.
Yeah.
So once they come up, that's when I'm gonna ask you license registration, because is this the same person whose vehicle this is? You line it up like
They
that.
already knew. They see your picture and everything. So when they see you, they know it's you.
Yeah.
But some of them just do it just to fuck with you or whatever.
Whatever.
We know what the Bible said. We operate in wisdom.
Yeah.
We agree with our adversary. Hey, and then on top of that too, if you an adult that does anything in society, you already got an ID.
Yeah.
So what's the purpose of a census? Except for that nigga to update his information. Yeah. You want to make sure you still live when you told the nigga you was living 2 years ago when you got your ID. Are you still at the same address? Basically, or a year, however long, because I think driving license can last up to 4 years, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
you over the pit dot, they'll ask you if you go get a change, are you still at this address or you at a different one?
yeah.
You're like, damn, all these things are there.
everything.
That's everything, though, yeah.
Bro, the whole, bro, the GOV based system, bro, like, say you signing up for different things. Bro, they know everything.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I just signed up for, what we talked about earlier, but they start running down, have you been at this address? Or they'll ask you questions. Have you ever lived at this address?
Yeah.
Were you the person that opened up this bank card in 2022? Were you? I'm looking like,
You be trying to remember? You be like, nigga, that street looks familiar. Did I live on a street like that? I know I lived in that state.
Yeah.
Was that the right street? What county was I in? Nigga, I don't even know when I was living in what county that was.
well, all of the above or none of these apply to you.
Right.
I'm like, this nigga know everything.
And you be done failed because the shit was 20, 15 years ago. Nigga, that shit was 2007.
Bro, he knows, bro. He knows.
You
Bro.
like, shit, I don't remember.
He knows. But he wants to know more. He wants to do more than know. I want to know when you get sick. I want to feel when your temperature is raising. On my screen, I want to see. On my screen, I want to see such and such is sick today. Let's send a hazmat suit.
Nigga want to know when you mad,
Yeah.
sad, happy.
Yeah, look. Hey, yeah. He's depressed right now. Put on soothing music through his speaker system.
Or
Probably how it is with the smart home.
Or like that dream, other than like I did a report on, where the apparent, he looked like an Edomite, where he said that MOTB, that see him, can give you small doses of drugs to keep you docile.
That's crazy.
No, we see he has increased stress right now. Release 10 cc's of dopamine, or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Get that nigga a beta blocker. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, your ass high than a motherfucker.
Right, center.
What was I mad about? Hey, look, you got a nigga by the neck like, what am I doing? I'm sorry, sir. Both of y'all asses high and shit and walk away. Cause y'all got the C hip and shit.
Right.
Hey man, Esau's wicked, man. And he gonna make sure he can control all of his slaves.
Now,
100%.
Go ahead. So you put that all inside of you, you got a new master. The government.
He got access because they specialize in this biometrics. You got this ring called an Oura ring. It's like a smart device that measures all your shit. It's like having a what they call it, a Fitbit, but it's a ring. You know, they measure your sleep, this and that. So there's this movie called it's called Six, the MARK Unleashed. I don't know if brothers watched that before.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Right. So that in the first scene, it got these people lined up and they're at this projector and they're telling them about the implant they've been implanted with and how they can control, and the implant is birth control. You don't have to do this and do that. And they're all mindless, like, like zombies. He's controlling them through that sea hair. So this is what this devil's gonna do. He's gonna control your emotions Now you don't even have to watch the TV screen or listen to music to have your emotions controlled. He can control, like you were saying, those different chemicals in your body to control how you feel.
That's right. Because our body operates off of electrical impulses.
Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, what did the nigga in the Matrix say? He said, "I know this ain't real."
Oh yeah.
You know, hey, for all we know, that could have been zeros and ones. Electrical pulses being sent to his brain to make him think. Okay, let's activate his saliva gland. A little bit of electricity.
Activate the
Taste buds.
The taste buds.
Activate the memory of steak. And next thing you know, he think he eating a ribeye. Nigga ain't doing nothing but sit in that pod, nigga, with that jelly and that tube down his throat. Right, go ahead,
The book of Revelation, chapter 16. Not 16, slow.
some mush.
Right? The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, so as the image of the beast speaking, where the beast goes into the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, all right, and it's still speaking, living, and breathing today because Esau Edom had the power to do it, okay? And he's causing that as many will not conform to the image of the beast, starting with one of the biggest things, the two-party democracy system. That's one of the big things, okay? He tried to get into these other countries and put leaders in there that's going to cooperate with the beast system, okay? And what happened to a lot of these countries when they don't want to conform, when they want to form their own currency or break away, their leader mysteriously disappears.
Esau infiltrates.
Yep, and they either put up a puppet that look like he's from the people, or they just go ahead and put one of their niggas in there. Okay?
It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right. Hey, and in this society, in order to survive, you have to buy and sell. Right? Unless you got you a homestead where you growing your own shit. But see, look, even with that, with certain stuff you don't have, you still gonna have to trade. Like, look, I got this, you got that, let's trade.
Unless you a Mormon, your ass need electricity.
Exactly.
Even Mormons got cars nowadays.
Hell
And cell
they got
phones and
cars,
shit.
Shit, Amish people too.
Amish, yeah.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yep.
That's even the Amish.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
The Amish, not the Mormons.
I've been seeing them coming to winter.
It's more.
It's be at the hospital.
It's more of, and then the ones in the Amish ones that do it, you know, you might see the mother out there, the father, but it ain't the whole village.
That's not.
The whole village, they don't. It's just the top people that's controlling things that need it for certain purposes.
Right. Yep.
You know, certain purposes only.
Yep.
But a lot of them still run around, no TVs.
Off
The
the
phone
grid.
is just a emergency contact. Make certain phone calls when they come out to the
They
city.
got a van. Everybody won't have their own car.
Yeah.
They'll take their carpool.
Yeah.
Oh, nigga need little Ishmael need to go to the hospital. Okay, everybody hop in the van. We head now.
It ain't 10 cell phones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
All the child got a tablet. It ain't none of that.
Very little.
Bro, that's the best way to
Very
be.
little, right? Yeah.
Live off the land.
They live off the land. Unplugged. Well, guess what? They still got to do though.
Still,
Got to conform.
Yep.
Got to. Oh, cause guess what? You want to come to the city and go to the hospital? Who are you? Who are you?
Yep.
Who are you?
What's your social? Your birth certificate? ID? Have you been inoculated? Get your CV right now. If you ain't got your inoculations, you can't come in here.
Hey, so, some of them might be uprising against this devil too, man.
Come on, bro. Yeah. And you know, cause they still remember they train. They still train and they you know they do gardening or farming. A lot of them do their own furniture stuff.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you best believe there's a healer out there. You best believe there's one of them out there.
Naturalist.
Or naturalist. Or not just one, a few. We learn these things because it's like, we don't want to. You think they don't know about the jab and all that? They ain't crazy. They still go back to the, I ain't gonna say ancient, but even just times before. They knew that, you go to history, they like, hold on. People was living off the land. Yeah. You know, how was we helping ourselves through or you know, or down when our immune system was down, let me say it that way.
They know how to use weapons too. They got hunting rifles and all
Yeah,
that too.
we live off the land, you know. So they still do that. Yeah, the Amish. But if they got to come into the city and do certain things, they got to. You got to conform to the BG. They get pushed with no choice. So it's gonna be the same thing for them too. When it says causes all, it don't exclude the Amish. When it says causes all, it don't exclude these different entertainers and leaders and people in big high positions. No, all means everybody.
Yeah, you tomahawks on the reservations too.
Yeah, everybody. Everybody. You all gonna have to conform. You see? But we already know who the ones that's not gonna conform, right? The ones who are not gonna bow down to the image of Baal. What did he say? I reserve what, 7,000 men? Right? It's a completion number of people. We know the 144 ain't taking it. They're not going to be the ones that's going to conform, okay, to the image of the beast. Now, there's a difference of using the world and not abusing the world. That don't mean take the MOTB though.
Yeah.
Don't use that scripture for that. Oh, well, I'm just using the world, but I ain't abusing it. I don't really want it, but I'm just using it to buy. No. Because in the next scripture, the Lord said what? Don't take it. So if he's telling you not to take it, meaning I'm going to care for you in these other areas. I got you. I'm telling you not to take it. We know you want to buy and sell and to live and to basically be comfortable and be able to live. But no, I got you. Because everything is going to go still by my flow, my way. Don't worry about that. What did it say? My servant shall eat, my servant shall drink.
Yep.
Come on now.
Certain brothers have had visions where they would have a glove, or I even had one where you stick a Band-Aid on you, and you can still swipe to go get some food. You know, there's gonna be different. Who knows how the Lord's gonna do it? In that movie that I mentioned earlier, people were they had what do you call that? They had counterfeit implants to where they could still be in the system, but they're not in the system. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
So the Lord can do it however you want, man.
Yeah, and before it becomes mandatory to be put inside of you, it's just like anything else. You're still gonna be able to have a card. You can swipe that joint. An app on the phone.
Yeah, get that. Get Salakia. No, go ahead.
It ain't gonna go right away just straight to the thing underneath the skin. Okay, that's gonna be when they finally get to that point where it's like, okay, look, this is the only option.
Yep.
But for a little bit, you think it's gonna overnight just, oh, you gotta do this in your skin? No, bro, it ain't gonna work like that.
No.
Right now, you can take the digital currency and you can transfer it to US dollars.
Yep.
You know, and then go somewhere and do something with that.
Yep.
You could take it, translate it to cash, so to speak, and translate it to your bank account.
Or you can like you say, transfer it or not transfer.
You trade it
Trade it to
to US Bitcoin or whatever. You know.
No, what I'm saying is to a foreign currency.
Oh yeah,
if you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to.
Yeah, you can do it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you can do it exchange.
Yep.
Go
ahead. You want to read that so you can back it up?
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse
So
37.
this is why we make statements like that, like the brother just said, that things are still going to be moved. Society is still going to be flowing in some sort.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know how it's going to flow, but it's going to be some type of motion.
Yeah. And he said his servant shall eat as well.
Right. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and verse 37. But as the days of Noah were,
Right.
so shall also the son of the coming so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right.
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking.
Yeah, so before the flood came, before that actual destruction came upon the earth, right, while Noah was out there building that ark, you know, even in the process of him gathering all the animals and stuff up. What was taking place? Go ahead.
It says, let me restart.
No, go ahead. No.
Okay, God says, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, society was still going on. It was still flowing. People were still talking shit.
Yep.
People were still partying.
Still being
They was having children, just doing a regular 365-day bullshit. Go ahead.
It says, and knew not until the flood came.
And knew not until the flood came, right? And knew not, because once that first raindrop came, you know, they ain't think it was nothing. Maybe somebody spit on your neck, you know. Drops come. Oh, because now you gotta vision it out. That's not no. That's like you in a state that never snowed.
Yeah.
And if it snows, your mind should immediately be like, this is not normal. Just like how we was in November last week, no jackets, 75 degrees. That's not normal in November.
80 degrees.
Especially here where we're at, PA, that's not normal.
Oh.
There's no reason why you should have seen people with no jacket and shorties running around with booty shorts in November.
Facts.
This is crazy.
Facts.
You know? But going back then, rain dropping, so now people, because now you stop it, everybody gonna stop what they do. No matter what you was doing, you was stopping. You gonna come out the house, get out here and hit my little roof. You know what I'm saying? You and your little, whatever they had, little transportation, whatever they was doing, whatever they was doing. And it's just dropping down.
Yeah.
You gonna immediately stop and look up like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know?
You gonna stop
Or,
the horse
yeah,
if it didn't rain.
Something. Oh, well, yeah, if it didn't rain, you're right, bro. But you know where I'm going at. You gonna be like, whatever you doing, you gonna stop, tent, whatever. You gonna stop and be like, well, that was still kick the tent with the
Then dude, they probably have rules. So I'm just being crazy. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
So they knew not until the flood actually came. But you can't say the warning was there though.
120 years.
The warning was there. He out there preaching, building a bed.
Right
You know
before.
what I'm saying? This is like a bridge. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a bridge. You looking at this man talking shit like, what?
Yeah.
He crazy.
Yeah, like
Hey, you still building, huh?
He still building.
Damn.
But the thing is
Why you
this
say
though.
you building this again?
whole lot of stuff up there.
Yeah, niggas say, oh, you crazy.
He crazy. But then it's this. Then he got the gathering animals. So they should have been like, even though we know that wasn't how the story was supposed to go.
Right.
You would have been like, hold
Common
on,
sense,
bro. Hold on, bro. He gathering animals, bro. What is he? Where
Walking
he
down the
going?
street with some parakeets on his shoulders.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Giraffes and shit.
Like Dr. Lula.
Like,
Lions
Dr.
and
Doolittle,
shit,
right? Like-
bears and shit, bro. Like, they
Bro,
ain't attacking.
Think
or
about
nothing.
seeing him with the unclean animals too. Snakes, scorpions and shit.
They ain't biting. They ain't attacking.
Alligators.
Just following.
Just following suit. They ain't attacking them. They ain't attacking each other.
They ain't killing each other.
They ain't killing each other.
They just mobbing.
Everybody just. Where my spot at? Where my seat?
Niggas got tigers, mountain lions and shit.
Bears.
They just stroll.
bro.
Stroll.
Everybody in a single file
Even then,
line.
and it's like a miracle though. Like,
Yeah,
real,
bro.
bro. Get all them animals.
Bro.
That's just Noah. That nigga crazy.
Then you know where you probably gotta find them different animals and that journey.
Or
to get
who
to
knows?
Or the Lord
He
can
just
Who
an
knows?
animal whisperer.
Yeah,
nigga. He's
who
an
knows?
animal whisperer. That's all.
You know what I'm saying? Who knows how the Lord had that happen? Who know that
He's
was
been whispering to that wood for 120 years.
a beautiful scene.
Maybe he developed some
He had the best wood, probably the best wood on earth, the strongest.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, bro, come on.
Even
Straight
to
up.
build that ark to the perfection, to build that perfect type of ark, the Lord gave them those different
Schematics.
Yeah, man, to build that, to be able to withstand that powerful flood.
It was essentially a miracle being performed before they got here,
Literally.
you know. But they couldn't. What's the word? They couldn't receive it.
Yeah, they didn't have the eyes to see or the ears to hear.
It wasn't meant for them to receive it.
Yeah. It says, Matthew 24:39 again, and they knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So just like in the days of Noah, where everyone was doing all the different things and still carrying on their everyday life, the same thing is going to happen in the coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai. People still going to be marrying and giving in marriage. People still going to be, doing their everyday lives, especially those who received that mark, who received that Quran, because those are the ones who are going to be able to buy and sell and, do the different things that, that they will want to do. Okay, the same thing's going to happen. They're going to still be partying and bullshitting, and then next thing you know, boom, shit going to kick off. But you got to also think about it. Jacob's Trouble's going to be kicking off too while all that's going on.
But even while all that, you got to remember, because it says that when they say peace and safety, sudden travail is going to come upon them as a woman with child. So, it's going to be to the last second.
Yeah.
As a flash of lightning from one side of the sky to the other.
That's right.
So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So, there's going to be people able to be in their comfortability until the last minute.
Gun, yeah.
Woo,
Ooh, I got some.
So, to the last second, still got the blunt. Here come the cherry. Oh, shit. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so Right. So this is second Ezra chapter 16, verse 31. It says, even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old. And her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. So it's not going to be like how you see now, to the point where it's like, y'all cast them away. Y'all cast them away. You know what? I look good. I'm any nigga can get me, my body right, my shape right, this, that, da. I don't need you. I got government assistance and I got a better career and all that. Oh, no, sweetie. You gonna want a man in the times we about to come in. You gonna need that all-time 24/7 protection like you say you don't want now. Oh no, you don't want it now unless you being pickpocketed, right? Or your purse getting snatched, or your tires flat, right? Or some type of bullshit that's going on around you where now you need a man. Oh, the raccoon got in the house, so you come get it out. You know what I'm saying? But this time, your men is going to be, a lot of men is about to be took from you.
Yep.
And that's another reason why we gotta think how far-fetched when y'all keep saying when we talk about Isaiah 4:1. Didn't I just read that these women ain't gonna have no husbands and their bridegrooms about to be destroyed in this third world war? That's how easy it's gonna be for either one man to have a certain number, and not one elect man. Let me correct that. To have a certain amount of women, however the Lord gives them to it. You know. But a lot of you ratchets and a lot of ones who the Lord don't want you to make it, y'all ain't gonna make it.
Nope.
No matter how good you look. You know what I'm saying? Keep them BBL. We don't want them.
Keep your tummy tucked.
We don't want them. You know?
Yeah, because women practice what they call hypergamy, which is basically women are looking for the best opportunity.
Yeah, it's
A
in their
woman-
nature.
A woman can have a man that's keeping them up to a certain standard, but they're always open for better.
Yes.
You see it in those gold digger.
You see it.
Those things where it's like, do you got a man? Yes and no. You're like, what you mean? She's like, look, I'm always open for a better opportunity.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
If a nigga, if my nigga might got a Charger, Scat Pack, but you got a Maybach.
I heard the quote.
So-
I heard the quote yesterday from a man. He said, "Women are single, right?" They said when a woman's with you, right? Say she's with you. He said if a woman's with you, she's no longer with you to who else she finds, right? So she's really single, but she's with you to whoever she finds deemed that's better for her, like you're saying.
Just the average woman.
But
yeah.
now women naturally do what? Women naturally they
gravitate towards power.
they gravitate,
Power
they
and
go
status,
up. Men usually what?
Go down.
We go down or settle.
Date down.
You know, or date down or settle.
Yeah.
It's either the one or two.
Right.
You know, a lot of things for us men, we don't care for too many things. That would be basic. You be seeing the memes where when women be talking shit about men, how we be like, we got a TV, maybe a blow up bed, you know, and a love seat, and men be like, and they got they kick back and they feet up, and they cool, they chilling, and they be like, we cool. Then you look at the woman's little photo part, decked out, the cooled out.
Still need more.
You still need more. But it's just showing you of more of men just care about the basic necessities in life. Now I don't say we don't like fancy and cool stuff, but we just say we can more live basic.
Well, a man
You know
can
what I'm
be more
saying?
so a base in the bound. A man can adapt better than most women. You know, and that's why if you got a woman that's not like that, really you got a rare woman. I won't say she probably 31 because we all corrupted. But if you got a woman that's with you while you down, she might be fucked up, but because we all fucked up. But hey, she with you and you ain't got it, she like you.
Yeah, she like
You
you
might
for sure.
You might want to keep that.
That's for
And
sure.
what this old man, he put us on game. He said, be with the women that like you, not the woman you like.
Facts.
Because if you with the woman you like, they're gonna do you wrong.
Yeah.
But if you with the woman that like you, even if she ain't your ideal, because you got a woman that can just damn near get anything out of you. You might get a woman that she fine enough, she hit the certain tick boxes for you. You let her get away with all type of shit. You see what I'm saying? Because why?
Yeah.
Because hey, it's like in Ecclesiastes, I think, where it talk about the king, where he had the daughter in his daughter in his lap, and she took the crown off and slapped him on the face. And what he do? He had his mouth wide open like, God damn, you fine, baby. He ain't give a damn about none of that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, right.
But guess what? That's the type of woman that she was only there because the king got power. The king died. She'll be with the next guy.
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But the one that like you, that's the one you really need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, just a little quick game.
Oh yeah.
Verse back at 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 34. It says, "In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine.
Man.
Hear now these things, understand them, ye servants of the Lord." He's letting us know these things that's about to take place. He's letting us know that, look, okay, cool, right? As Paul say, it's better not even have one, but if you got one, rock with it.
And just be mindful too when that time do come. Look, women are opportunists.
Yes, they
You
is.
see, I see many of women do 180s.
Yeah.
Complete 180s from I ain't got time for you, blah blah blah, to where you going when they perceive you got something of value.
And that's cool. That's cool. But we talking about, bro, the opportunist thing ain't even really. I'll speak for myself. In my mind, bro, the thing that's we about to see occur. There is no time for you being an opportunist. Because my life is gonna go back to what basic and normal of thinking of survival mode. Your baggage.
Yeah.
I don't need to carry this extra load if I don't need to. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get, because I can maybe lie and later and pee on myself if I got to from running from them people on a pale ground. You gonna be talking about, let me go squat somewhere. We ain't got time, I can't move.
That's what they that's what they do in the marathons. When they running, they'll pee right on themselves.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah,
Now,
they'll do
But I
that
know
shit.
in the army, I know far as, different, who we've been with, Ben and other military people we was around.
Yeah.
And they tell us story. They're like, bro, there's times where you just going back from yourself because if you move, you're getting picked off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Snipers on you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, that's gonna come a point where we gotta be pilgrims on the earth. But before it get that
Oh, yeah,
extreme,
yeah. Come.
before it get that extreme, it talks about what? It said 10,000 if I fall at thy right hand.
Yeah.
So many at thy left, but it shall not come nigh unto
Nigh
thee.
unto thee. Yup,
You know what I'm
yup,
saying?
yup.
You're gonna laugh at death and calamity. So there's gonna be a time where we're gonna be taken care of.
for
That's
sure.
how Isaiah 4:1 gonna come to pass. We're gonna be seemingly untouched by certain things if we have the elect, and other people are gonna be through.
It's gonna be that. It's gonna be that source of power and light where now they're gonna lock on you like.
They're gonna be trying to find out how can you laugh right now.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you ain't starving to death, nigga. You eating this and that.
Shit,
I need some.
Away
Yeah.
from danger. You
Hey,
just walking right
bro,
through
that's why
their
they that's why they said say what they gonna say though.
Yeah. Give us what only call us by that name, nigga. We make our own bread and water, nigga. We make our own clothes. We just want to be where you at, cause you look like you got the bubble, you got the gold glow.
Oh, I asked you to make me a sandwich the other day. You told me no. I ain't your slave. Remember you said that? Remember you said that? I used to see the shit you was posting on the internet. I ain't your slave. Who you think I am? Oh, okay. Bet.
I like to listen to that Gold Link song with Gucci Man. It was like I was down and out like last week. Tell me where would you be?
It's called Crew.
Hey, bitch, don't come out of hiding now.
Yeah.
I ain't your man. I'm just a fan. You don't hold rank around here now. Because look, we getting pushed to the side. We getting not chose. We getting look past, and you ain't shit. And okay, keep that energy when the Lord switch foots.
Like fine gold, the Lord's gonna make the man that's fine gold, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying. I ain't trying to get my dough dingy.
Precious Ophir.
No, bitch. Get about me. Go ahead.
Verse 36, it says, behold, 2 Ezra 16 and 36, behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
Hey man,
Right?
the Lord gonna hit you with the you ever play Tekken where you get them fucking 30 hit combinations? The Lord gonna keep the plays coming one after the other. You ain't gonna know what to do.
Yeah, brutality.
Brutality, man.
Yeah.
Yep. It says, verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
On every side. There ain't gonna be no way to escape. If you're not of the elect, you ain't getting away. On every side.
Yeah, that's like because I like boxing, but I haven't been able to technically break it down. But I watch this boxing anime where they kind of get into certain aspects and things like that. It's like we in some of the rounds they would be in, the dude would get exhausted and be trying to get away, but the other boxer just be on his ass.
Yep.
You move this way, he on him. You move that way, he on him, until eventually you get cornered. That's how the plagues is gonna be. Yeah, so we trying to find.
Be up against
You gonna be trying to tie up with the goddamn plagues and shit, trying to rest. But what it say is gonna happen? It's like a man that he escaped from a lion, and then met a bear, and then he end up in the crib and he leaned on the wall, and the serpent bit his ass. There ain't gonna be no rest for your ass.
Yep.
The plagues is not gonna slack.
Yep.
Hey, the woman's giving birth, she sit up there, they can get closer and closer together.
Contractions,
The contractions until you just sitting there chilling. Okay, it stopped. Ah, she's screaming like a motherfucker. Next couple of seconds, go ahead.
I see the head.
The Lord gonna put these people in the Most High's house of horrors, man.
Horrors, man.
House of everywhere.
Go ahead.
Verse 40, O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. And those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
This is gonna be like a battle. This is gonna be the ultimate test of faith, man. Right? Be ye as pilgrims upon the earth, man. That's how much evil is gonna come. You ain't gonna be able to stay in one place, man. Right? And it says it in there too. All the different riches and the things that you built up and that you have. You might buy a house. You might got a nice crib, a nice car, this and that. You're gonna have to run. You're gonna have to flee from that.
Yep.
You're gonna have to flee away from that. I mean, if you don't flee away, they're gonna come and take your shit anyway.
Yep. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise, as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth, as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard, and he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers. And therefore, they that labor in vain.
Because everything we do in this society is a means to an end. It's a means to survive, right? But all the labors that you do outside of this work is vain.
Yep.
Outside of this truth, outside of this ministry, it's vain.
Yeah, the Lord will have it where the Lord can put you in a trick bag, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be careful. That's why the scriptures say, labor not to be rich.
Right.
Okay, you got to be content with what the Lord gives you. Of course, you got to take care of yourself and things. But, you got to follow the spirit of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord can have it where you scrambling to become a millionaire, and you might have reached that goal right before the missiles hit. You might be the first day in the new crib, your new mansion, and then here come the missiles. You don't get to enjoy that shit.
Yeah.
It was all in vain. Yeah, damn, you haul outside wide the fuck open. The first 3 boxes in. Missile coming. You like, ain't this a bitch?
You know what?
Ain't this a bitch? I just the nigga the check just cleared on this motherfucker.
Right.
Go ahead,
Right. The scriptures say a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's possible, but that's gonna be a rarity.
Very
man.
laborious because the more money you got, the more problems you got. The more you worried about your investments and how you can keep it and how you can protect it. And, you know what I'm saying? All them different things. Come on, bro.
Which now, you got brothers that make money.
That's crazy.
But it's that extra money is that's for you. That's really for you to help the ministry, man. To help the body. In this society, man, even making extra money, like, bro, now it's like you gotta make extra money to even fucking survive out here.
Yeah.
To even sustain.
Verse 46, it says, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, take their children captives. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons. The more I will be angry with them for their sins, saith the Lord, like as a whore envieth a right honest and virtuous woman.
Right. So if you got these different things, you got businesses, right? And you're in the truth, you believe, you gotta keep that in the back of your mind. You're gonna have to flee away from that.
Yeah.
right? We're really like Apostle Paul said, right? Which Apostle Paul was a tent maker, right?
Yep.
So he made good bread off of making tents, but you counted all as dung, man.
Yeah. And then even too, when they talk about them, the ones that deck their houses through robbery and so on and so forth, I perceive that some of that's talking about a lot of you Hebrew Israelite leaders. Okay, because y'all robbed the poor of the people to deck your own cribs. Okay, you know, charging for breakdowns, charging for debates, you know, shaming people, calling us bummerlights and shit like that. You niggas is wild. Okay, what standard are y'all holding yourself up to? Y'all got a nigga named Pocket who y'all stealing from.
Like that is crazy, man.
It says social righteousness hate